What's up, y'all? This is Talkbox World, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about finding the approach for you. Now, I hope you've been watching some of the earlier episodes, because at the end of each episode, I kind of give you a little example. Some people that are doing something new and some of the old pioneers, from Stevie Wonder and Pete Drakes and these types of fellas, right? So you get a kind of a idea and some inspiration on how you can come up with your own kind of feel and atmosphere and the look to it. So finding your approach is something I think that is something that you should maybe think about. I particularly, my approach, what I come with when I step towards the talk box, I'm a singer. So I have a long history of singing behind my belt. So I understand a lot of different things when I hear it, So when I hear other things that I like, other songs or other vocal ideas or other talk box ideas, I can easily pick it out and figure out what I like about that and make that a part of me, right? So that's what I was able to do with Roger Troutman's music. I was really able to hear all the little tiny small, nuances and all the little details, and also figure out how it kind of correlates to the human voice and to the human approach of singing, right? So that's kind of the main approach that I come with. When it comes to actually playing the keyboard, that's one of my biggest weaknesses. I don't really have any real music theory under my skin. I don't have I didn't go to school for playing the piano or playing the keyboard or anything like that. So it's only kind of recent that I've took it upon myself to kind of start really learning more and kind of getting some more of the fundamentals behind keyboard playing under my belt and under my skin. And that is one of the things that this episode is going to talk to you about. We're going to confront that issue. If you have a problem getting, working your way around the notes of a keyboard, well, I have a very great solution for you. And that's called music theory, universal music theory. And there's some basic concepts that a whole bunch of people all over the world have agreed on to say, this is the way that it can be done, right? So you don't have to go through all this time and effort and energy to kind of find your own way to play the keyboard. It's already there for you. When you learn through the scales, you understand a little bit more about chords. And when you understand chords, then you can hear other things and be able to understand what chords they're playing and understand what scales you can play under those chords. Now, me personally, I'm still working at this. I'm still learning more and more about it. What I do is I go on the internet and look for tutorials and look at different people playing scales, look at the different many type of scales that you can play and try to emulate it, try to make it a part of me and practice it every now and then. Again, I still have an advantage of my ear. So I can, I play by ear. So I hear something and I can just kind of pick things out. If I hear it enough, then I'm going to really get down to the bottom of whatever it is. So usually my ideas exceed my abilities. And I think that's a great thing, because then that gives me a constant challenge. And also when I'm in the studio, then I have time to lay those ideas down and I can give myself room to make those mistakes. But when I get on stage, I have to find another way around that. I have to find some other solutions, right? So all of these things that I'm talking about covers the approach to how you want to be known for the way that you play the talk box, right? So I take the more singing approach. I think so did Roger Troutman, right? Fingers, I think he takes more of a singing approach, but someone like him, he comes with a little bit more technique under his belt. There's another fella, I'm going to definitely talk about him in some later episodes, another fella named Hazmat. He's also just crazy, and he has amazing technique under his belt, right? So when they're coming with that approach, they don't have to think about that issue. That's not an issue for them, right? But for me, that's an issue. So I have to come with a whole bunch of other things to maybe kind of cover that up or hide it, or, find some other gimmick to make it interesting for the looker to see whatever it is that I'm doing, right? So all of these things cover the approach, the look, the fashion, how, the style of your setup, what about your setup can, make it a little bit special. Is it portable? The sound, what kind of sound you trying to come with? If is it more of a singing sound, or is it more of a robotic sound? Is it a little bit more simplistic? And those things are okay too, right? Listen to Daft Punk, for example. Real simple, but it's awesome. It works. Those kinds of things work on a lot of different sounds, a lot of different songs, right? So thinking about your approach, I think, is a really, really great thing to have in the back of your mind. But to make all of that stuff easier, you definitely want to have a bit of an understanding and a handle on some universal music theory. So understanding a little bit more about scales and understanding a little bit about chords. And that's what I wanted to talk about in this episode. I'm going to leave you guys with a clip of the king of all kings, the OG, the pioneer of the Talkbox. That is Roger Troutman. I want you guys to check out this clip of him performing. And you can definitely check out the rest of it in a link that I will put for you in the description. This guy really had his approach set down and packed because he knew how to take everything he had and put that together in one solid show. So I want you guys to really check that out. Check out all the little details. If you love the show, if you like this episode, leave some comments, hit that like button. Don't be afraid to subscribe and come back later for more. This is Temu, and this is Talkbox World. Check you guys later. Peace.